Imagine this. It's 1502 in Romagna, Italy. Cesare Borgia, the ruthless son of a pope, invites his most troublesome captains to a lavish banquet under the guise of reconciliation. Wine flows, toasts are made, promises of unity exchanged. But as the night deepens, Borgia's men slip in silently. One by one, the captains are strangled in their chairs. No mercy, no warning. The next day, Borgia parades their bodies as a lesson. Machiavelli witnessed this and didn't condemn it. He praised it. In The Prince, he called Borgia a master because the greatest battles aren't fought with armies. They're won with deception. Welcome to the art of deception. Machiavelli's 7 forbidden lies that turn the tide of wars, power struggles, and even everyday betrayals. These aren't petty white lies. They're calculated weapons, taboo in a world that preaches honesty as virtue. But Machiavelli knew better. Humans are fickle, ungrateful, and deceitful by nature. As he wrote, men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that one who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. To survive, a ruler must be both lion and fox, the lion to scare wolves, the fox to avoid traps. Force alone fails. Cunning lies fill the gaps. Deception isn't evil, it's necessity in a brutal world. And these 7 lies, they're drawn straight from The Prince, chapter 18, where Machiavelli lays bare how to appear virtuous while acting otherwise. Let's start with the first, the lie of virtue. Appear merciful, faithful, humane, upright, and religious, while doing the exact opposite when it serves you. Machiavelli says people judge by appearances, not deeds. They see the mask, not the knife behind it. Take Borgia again. He feigned piety to win the church's favor, all while plotting murders. The people loved his holiness, even as bodies piled up. Psychologically, this exploits human laziness. We trust the surface, the smile, the prayer. In modern terms, think of politicians who preach family values on stage while scheming in backrooms. The takeaway? Craft a saintly facade. It disarms enemies, lures allies, and hides your strikes. But virtue's just a start. Next, we dive into breaking faith, the lie that shatters oaths and rebuilds empires. Stay with me. The darkness deepens. Building on the mask of virtue, where appearances shield your true intentions, let's uncover the second forbidden lie, the lie of keeping faith. Machiavelli is blunt. A prudent ruler cannot and should not honor his word when it places him at a disadvantage and when the reasons for which he gave his promise no longer exist. Promises are tools, not chains. Break them when they no longer serve, and do it without remorse. History proves it. The ancient Romans were masters. They'd forged treaties with weaker tribes during wars, promising protection. But once victory came, they'd dissolve those pacts, claiming changed circumstances. The tribes, left exposed, conquered, erased. No guilt, just strategy. Psychologically, this preys on hope. People cling to promises because they want stability. Offer it, then yank it away when you're strong. Today, it's the ironclad business deal, renegotiated after you gain leverage. Sign the contract, deliver half, then demand more, blaming market shifts. The ruthless takeaway. Promise boldly to lure them in. Betray surgically when a wind changes. Hesitate, and you're the one broken. Now, the third lie, the lie of mercy. Feign compassion while delivering cruelty swiftly and completely. Machiavelli warns, be cruel all at once if needed, then stop. Let the memory fade under a veil of mercy. Prolonged suffering breeds hatred, A quick strike shocks, but can be forgiven. Borgia's Romagna purge again. He slaughtered rivals in one bloody night, then rebuilt the region with fair laws. The people, they called him merciful because the pain was brief, the benefits lasting. Dark psych here. Humans forget sharp pains faster than chronic ones. We rationalize horror if it leads to order. Modern echo. ACEO fires half the staff in one restructuring, blames the economy, then offers generous severance. Chaos ends. Loyalty returns under the mercy illusion. Takeaway. Cut deep once, then bandage with smiles. Mercy isn't given. It's performed. These lies build power, but strength often hides fragility. Up next, bluffing unbreakable might when you're at your weakest. The fox emerges. From the swift cruelty masked as mercy, we shift to the fourth forbidden lie, the lie of strength. Pretend unbreakable power, even when vulnerable. Machiavelli's fox-lion duality shines here. The fox detects snares, so bluff to deter hunters. Show weakness, and enemies pounce. Fake dominance, and they retreat. Look at Emperor Septimius Severus in ancient Rome. Weak after civil wars, he feigned unbreakable alliances with rivals, promising shared rule. They bought it, lowered guards. He struck, seizing the throne alone. No real strength at first, just the illusion. Psychologically, this taps fear. People attack the weak, but bow to perceived giants. Bluffing creates hesitation, buying time to build real force. In today's world, it's the startup faking record growth to investors during a cash crunch. Leaked success stories, competitors back off, funding flows. The takeaway: never reveal the fox's tail. Roar like a lion, even if your claws are dull. Perception is your shield. Leading into the fifth lie, the lie of alliance. Fake loyalty to exploit and divide. Join sides temporarily, then betray when it profits you. Machiavelli praised flexible pacts. A wise prince must always find a way to avoid these necessities or to turn them to his advantage. His own Florence did this masterfully, switching alliances mid-wars against Milan or Venice to survive. One day, allies with France, next abandoning them for Spain, whatever kept the city alive. Dark psych, trust fractures groups, offered falsely to sow doubt among enemies. Modern parallel, strategic partnerships in business that end in hostile takeovers. Cozy up, share secrets, then buy them out cheap when they're exposed. Takeaway: allies are disposable tools. Forge them hot, discard when cold. Deception's web tightens, but fear underpins it all. Coming up, cultivating dread disguised as respect. The lion roars louder, tying back to those fragile alliances built on feigned loyalty only to be shattered. We arrive at the sixth forbidden lie, the lie of fear versus love. Machiavelli's verdict: it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Love fades with fortune. Fear endures through punishment, but disguise it as respect. Raw terror invites revolt. Hannibal, the Carthaginian general, embodied this. He crucified deserters publicly, yet his armies followed him over Alps into Rome's heart. Why? Dread of his wrath kept them in line, masked as disciplined leadership. No mutinies, just conquest. Psychologically, fear imprints deeper than affection. It's primal, unshakable. In the modern arena, it's the boss who rules with subtle intimidation, veiled threats of demotion, tough feedback that cuts deep. Employees comply, calling it strong management. The takeaway: wrap fear in tough love. It binds without breaking. Finally, the seventh lie, the lie of necessity. Frame every atrocity as forced by circumstances. As Machiavelli puts it, necessity excuses everything. Spin evil as inevitable duty, and people swallow it. Borgia's murders, sold as necessary for state security, not ambition, but survival. The masses nodded, relieved the chaos ended. Dark psych. We forgive horrors if they're for the greater good. It absolves our complicity. Today, wars are defensive preemptives, surveillance essential protection, lie to justify, and morality bends. Takeaway. Turn blood into tragic necessity. Guilt evaporates. Power solidifies. These lies forge empires, but they're double-edged. In the final part, the dangers and how to wield them without self-destruction. We've armed you with Machiavelli's arsenal, the 7 forbidden lies, virtue's mask, broken faith, feigned mercy, bluffed strength, false alliances, disguised fear, and necessity's excuse. They win wars, crush rivals, secure thrones. But here's the dark truth. Deception's blade cuts both ways. Overuse breeds paranoia. Enemies multiply. Allies vanish. As Machiavelli warns, the deceiver must stay vigilant, or his own lies ensnare him. Resentment festers in victims, turning them into vengeful foxes themselves. Worse, you might deceive yourself, believing your masks are real, losing touch with the lion's raw power. Nietzsche would call this slave morality in disguise, reactive tricks instead of bold affirmation. The peril? A hollow victory, ruling ashes. So master them practically. First, audit your deceptions. Are they strategic or desperate? Practice small. A white lie to gain info, then escalate. Build your virtue mask daily. Post inspirational quotes while plotting. Test on low stakes. Bluff strength in negotiations. Break minor promises, guilt-free. Blend fox cunning with lion force. Deceive to position, then strike true. In a world of liars, the greatest lie is pretending you're above it. Embrace this art, or be its victim. Your enemies won't hesitate. If this awakened the fox in you, comment your darkest deception story, no names, no shame, and subscribe for more unfiltered dark philosophy. The truth drops when you least expect it. Affirm your power.